Hello, my name is Afi Rule and I wear what I make. And if you found me, you are probably a beginner sewist who, one, either doesn't know anything about sewing and you want to get started, or two, you know some things about sewing but you've never made a garment and you want to make garments that you can wear. So if you fall into one of two of those categories, I can help you. I have resources that are designed for beginners to teach you A to Z, everything that I know about sewing, to cut your learning curve in half and to help you avoid the mistakes that I know discourage beginners, okay? A little bit about me. I am a U.S. Navy veteran. I am married to one awesome dude. We have 3 fur babies. If you hear barking, weird noises, yapping in the background, that is 2 of the 3 of them. It's what they do. They can't help it, right? So, that being said, I am also a sewist. I have been doing this now for 10 plus years, and I want to teach beginners, like I said before, how to sew. All right, so I'm gonna leave links to my portfolio, more about me, and the current offerings that I have for beginners. They'll be great. They are great. Check them out. And yeah. So I want to share with you the part of my personal journey that is all about sewing, because I believe that in that you will find important things that you can do yourself right now to jumpstart your learning process, okay? So the first thing that I did to get into sewing was that I invested in a course, like an actual, like hands-on, in-person course. And it was a small group of students. I don't even think there were 10 of us. There was one instructor. I think it was 4 weeks, maybe like 4 weeks or a month long. I can't remember all the details. It was like a decade ago, okay? But yeah, like, it was great because it gave me, number one, the confidence that I needed to be able to create a garment, but 2, the skill set that I needed to do it, because I never would have been able to piece that together just scouring YouTube. And honestly, YouTube really wasn't like what it was then as it is now. I'm pretty sure that there were people who were using YouTube in the same capacity that we do now, but it just was not something that I thought about. It was like over a decade ago, right? And I think that YouTube was really kind of still new in a way around that time, if I'm not mistaken. Like social media in general was kind of really just kind of getting into its thing. So I didn't have that advantage. Everything that I learned about sewing as a beginner, I learned from that course, okay, to begin with. But what I did in addition to that, second thing that I did was I invested in resources that were targeted towards beginners. So one of those resources is this book called Sew Everything Workshop. Now, I don't know if it's still available. I got it off Amazon at the time, and I don't think that it was a new book. I don't know that it was a new book when I bought it, you know, all those years ago. I see it like it was 30 years ago. It was 10 years ago. Still a long time ago, okay? But I don't know if it's available, but if you want to try it, it's a great resource. One of my favorite things about the book was that it came with, these are patterns that came with the book, and then the book, you know, walks you through how to complete the patterns, different terms you'll likely see, how to read a pattern, just all different types of things that would augment what you would learn in a sewing course. And this also helped me a lot. Because it helped me to know, like, beyond that class, what I needed to know about sewing, okay? And one of the interesting things is that I recently went through this book, and I think at the time she had like an active group, support group, where you could go in and ask questions, which leads me to the third thing that I did later on once, you know, I got more invested in social media, was I found a Facebook group for sewists. And it wasn't for big beginners, it was for all sewists. But one of the things about it is that a lot of people would ask questions and people would respond like quickly. You know, they would respond and they would help you as best as they could. And it wasn't just that. It wasn't just the learning component. It was inspiration, because I still am a part of that group, and I go on there and I see. That's the scratching from the fur babies. Hold on just a minute, guys. This is fur baby Sheba. She's crazy. She's scratching at the door. I didn't want her to mess up her toe. You give me a kiss. Okay. There you go. You give me a kiss. Oh, you give me a kiss. Oh, yeah. Anyways, back to the point at hand. I still go into that group and I see all these things that people have made. Some people make gowns, bathing suits, lingerie, mommy and me, and people are making them like from self-designed patterns, just like athletic wear, and I'm just like it's inspiring. It's inspiring to see it, because it lets me know, as a sewist who's more experienced, you know, I'm like, I really can do this with branching off with my own designs beyond just, you know, teaching you guys, like, which is great. Don't get me wrong, it's great. But you know, if you become as excited about sewing as I am, you know, you're gonna want to branch off. You're gonna be like, Afi, thank you, great, but what can I do beyond this, right? You're gonna want to do that, and it's my hope that, you know, any of my students get to that point, because it's great. It's great to be able to make your own things and just flourish as a sewist, but you gotta get the basics. Which leads me to the last thing that I want to share, is that I have resources for beginners. I am currently working on a master course. If you go to course.wearwhatyoumake.com, you will see all of the information. You can sign up to the mailing list so that you can get a discount. First 10 people that sign up will get a 50 off discount to the course, the entire price of the course. And I will also keep you updated on what's going on with the course. You'll be the first to know when it arrives, okay? And the second thing that I have available is I currently have open to the public the support group. Well, it's not a support group, the community of sewists called the Wear What You Make community. And in that, I have resources for beginners about how to learn how to sew. And I'm going to be adding very soon sew-alongs, so that, which are great ways to actually learn how to construct garments, okay? So that again is available at join.wearwhatyoumake, and I will put all of the links in the section below so that you don't have to try to remember from what I'm saying, all right? She was excited too. She's trying to act like she's not now, because she knows that you're looking at her, but she's excited too. But yeah, so that's it, guys. Those 3 things I did to jumpstart myself into sewing. If you do that, I know that you will as well. And yeah, that's it. You got any questions? Email me at wearwhatyoumake@gmail.com, and I'll see you on the flip side.